Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, the students and staff at the Alexander Henderson Elementary School are being reassigned. During an emergency meeting with parents Wednesday evening, education officials said they're splitting Henderson students between 4 other public schools. News 2's Erica Parsons has the story.
Henderson students and staff are being moved for the next 3 weeks.
Like 6th graders will be going to Atta Richards. My grandson goes to 3rd grade, so he will be going to Claro in Arios Diaz.
Education officials told Marisolina Hankins and other parents Wednesday the students would be split between 4 area schools while repairs are made. Henderson closed this week after complaints of a moldy smell and skin irritations.
We researched aggressively the possibilities of how we could still have our students in school. We looked at the private schools, we looked at UVI's campus, and we realized that the best option was to divide the students and place them at 4 of our public schools.
Different grades will be split between Eulalie Rivera, Charles H. Emanuel, Claudio Marco, and Arthur Richards schools. The students will be bused to and from Henderson School campus. In most cases, teachers are being reassigned with their entire class to vacant classrooms. Officials say the work will begin this weekend and shouldn't take more than 3 weeks.
There are roofing problems with water coming under the membrane of the roof, and also fiberglass, which has, I think the term is fried, where it is now airborne. So we're looking at several things that we have to do to remedy the problem.
Wherever there are leaks, they need to make sure that they're able to patch those areas so that the leaks don't continue.
Senator Kurt Vialet is a former educator and administrator. He advised officials to keep the transferring students safe and secure.
They need to make sure that the parents have as much information in reference to where the child is at, the classroom number. You got to make them feel comfortable. What I have advised the parents is that they're going to have to be very, very vigilant to make sure that the work is done as quick as possible.
They mentioned about 3 weeks, so hopefully the problem is taken care of so the kids can get back to normal.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
2 more of the governor's picks appeared before senators Thursday. The Senate Committee on Rules and Judiciary quizzed cabinet nominees during confirmation hearings. Sports, Parks and Recreation Commissioner designee Pedro Cruz appeared confident while he spoke of plans to expand youth programs, improve parks, and embark on a number of capital projects. Police Commissioner designee Delroy Richards was grilled by lawmakers who want violent crimes reduced and gun trafficking slowed. Richards said he believes crime prevention initiatives will help that effort. But the big challenges are money and manpower. Both nominees received strong support from senators. The WAPA Governing Board took some action Thursday during a board meeting, including the approval of a contract extension related to its propane conversion project. It also approved a price increase towards the overhaul of one of WAPA's gas turbines, making that unit available for propane conversion. Justifying the contract extension and cost increase, WAPA's Executive Director Hugo Hodge Jr. explained that a number of issues were encountered which delayed work. These factors included seal welds, inclement weather, and special tooling that was required. Well, in other news, for the first time, the United States Virgin Islands has established a local poverty level that will be used in determining income eligibility for the Medical Assistance Program. For children, parents, and pregnant women, the USVI poverty level will set Medicaid eligibility at 75% of the federal poverty level, or $8,753 per year for one person. For the aged, blind, and disabled population, Medicaid income eligibility will be set at 100% of the U.S. poverty level, or $11,648 for one person. This change, they say, will make a significant increase in the number of households that are categorically eligible for Medicaid with a 12-month recertification period, and decrease the number of households that are currently eligible as medically needy with a monthly recertification schedule. It will also increase the additional income allowed for each additional household member. Count on 2 will have more information on that. The Virgin Islands Port Authority has planned a full-scale emergency drill at the Cyril E. King Airport on St. Thomas Friday, February 20th. 27th. The drill is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. and will conclude by noon. The exercise is tailored to test first responders and stakeholders who play a key role in disaster response and recovery. As per the airport's emergency plan, the drill will cover emergency response procedures in the event of a major commercial carrier incident. At 2:52 a.m., officers were dispatched to a call of a burglary at the King Christian Hotel. The victim told the officers that he'd fallen asleep at roughly 11 p.m. on the evening of the 24th and was awoken by a presence in his room at 2:46 a.m. He saw the silhouette of an unknown male standing in the northeast corner of his bedroom, approximately 5'11" in height. The victim told the intruder to get out of here, and the suspect ran out of the room and jumped over the northern porch facing a wall. The victim stated that nothing was taken from the room and that he was unhurt. Detectives continue to investigate. Also, during the regular surveillance of funeral services for a victim of murder by gunfire, police observed two male individuals they say behaving in an unusual manner at the Kings Hill Cemetery. Officers began to follow the individuals as they quickened their pace. The first suspect detained was found with a 10mm Glock with an obliterated serial number in his possession. Officers eventually caught up with the second suspect and discovered a .380 caliber semi-automatic pistol that had been thrown into the nearby shrubbery. The men, both 24 years of age, were arrested and later identified as Devontae Price and Paul Roberts II. Both were charged for possession of an unlicensed firearm with bail set at $25,000 each. We'll turn our attention overseas. Marijuana is now legal in Washington, D.C. At exactly 12:01 a.m. Thursday, possessing a small amount of marijuana became legal in the District of Columbia. Alaska also legalized marijuana this week, but in D.C., there are caveats, an ongoing dispute between the local government and some members of Congress over the law. A small group of Republicans on Capitol Hill who moved to block the pot initiative is warned D.C. leaders that using federal money to implement the initiative violates federal law. For now, D.C. is standing its ground while a larger political battle continues over the drug. Keeping our eye on the economy, here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow down at 10, NASDAQ up 20, S&P down at 3. Coming up on News2, more than 1,000 students over the course of this week gathered for an Empowering Youth Summit, all part of an effort to help them make positive life choices. We'll be right back. Well, earlier this week, we reported on the campaign by UVI master's student Scott Eanes on the protection of endangered hawksbill sea turtles in the Brewers Bay area. This time we look at one particular danger that looms over this endangered species, the threat of poaching. News2's April Knight has more.
The VIC Turtle Project, led by UVI Marine Biology Master's student Scott Eanes, is making good headway. They've tagged some 28 endangered hawksbill sea turtles around Brewers Bay, all in an effort to protect their population. But early in February, Scott got a stark reminder of the reason for the project.
I was in Dr. Jobs' office, and he alerted me to a glass which had a hawksbill head in it, which was probably poached. It was poached from Range Key.
Poaching is a problem, according to Center for Marine and Environmental Studies Director Paul Jobs.
They are definitely a threat. The sea turtle populations throughout the world, and especially here in the Caribbean, have been greatly harvested down to about 1 to 2% of their original population.
Sea turtles take about 20 to 50 years to mature and be able to reproduce, but many of them don't get to that stage.
If they catch a small turtle, it may be a 10, 15-year-old turtle that's never had a chance to reproduce.
The federal government has long outlawed the poaching of endangered sea turtles. Poachers could face a $10,000 fine per poaching incident, and that amount goes up with the number of sea turtles harmed. Add to that a year in jail. There's also a generous reward to encourage reporting of any poaching activity.
It's really terrible when we see poaching going on, because we know these are turtles that people have worked so hard to have them start to recover. We really need to protect them, at least until their numbers come back up to somewhere they were before.
For News 2, I'm April Knight.
Now, any poaching activity should be reported to the National Marine Fisheries Service. You can also contact the VI Sea Turtle Project via Facebook for more information. As part of his Black History Month agenda, Senator Marvin Blyden visited Gladys Abraham Elementary School and Ivana Udorican High School yesterday to speak with the students about the role of a senator and what it means to be a responsible citizen. Senator Blyden, along with his community outreach specialist, shared some words of encouragement with the students. The senator also met with educators from New Jersey that are in the territory. He said he's very interested in looking for ways to create legislation geared at holistically developing our student, he says, in ways that perhaps have not been done on our islands. Well, all this week, DION, PARSON, and friends hit St. Croix schools for their regular mentoring through the Art of Music program. On Thursday, they spent time with the Woodson School music students. This week's program ends with a free concert on Saturday by PARSON and friends and local bands.
They played Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, so we took that song and played it for them in different styles so they can understand that it's the same 12 notes, but the rhythm is what really defines the style that they're playing. And they really were receptive to it, and then they got up and performed Straight No Chaser by Thelonious Monk with us. And that was good because the courage that took for them to do that, not having any formal jazz background. We have a great presentation for everyone. It's free. The best price in town. So we hope everybody come on out and join us Saturday, February 28th, Fort Frederick, 6 to 10 p.m.
Should be a lot of fun. The St. Thomas St. John Division of Special Education, in partnership with Weed and Seed, gathered more than 1,000 students over the course of the week for an intensive youth summit that was held at Marriott's Frenchman's Reef. Various speakers spoke to students on a wide range of topics, all of them geared toward realizing the theme, empowering our students, making positive life choices.
This year, how we broke that down is for us to focus on how social media impacts students' lives, how underage drinking, because that's a big thing in our community right now, impacts their lives as well. And then the third part of it is making positive choices. So to take these two frameworks and lead to positive choices that could impact their life overall with career and college readiness if that's what they choose, or employment if that's what they choose after high school.
The Virgin Islands National Park, together with the Friends of the Park, hosted an official opening of the Educational Center and Archaeology Laboratory at Cinnamon Bay on Wednesday. Exhibits at the center chronicles the known human occupation of the islands from approximately 3,000 years ago to the founding of the park in the 1950s, and they're all based on information gathered from archaeological sites and archaeological finds in the Virgin Islands. The center focuses on discoveries made within Virgin Islands National Park. You can call the Educational Center and Archaeology Laboratory at 340-715-8580 for the hours. Well, did you purchase a sheet of the February 26 Virgin Islands lottery tickets? Well, not only were you given the opportunity to win $175,000, but also learned some historical facts relating to Black history in recognition of Black History Month. Here are the winning numbers.
The VI Lottery presents draw results of today's drawing on News 2. Here are the top prizes. Fifth prize for $20,000. 23270, 23270. Fourth prize for $30,000, 32463, 32463. Third prize for $40,000, 28263, 28263. Second prize for $65,000, 24368, 24368. And the winning ticket number of the grand prize for $175,000 is 19803. 19803. If your ticket number wasn't called, keep trying. One of these days, your number could win. The next drawing is March 12th. Play the VI Lottery and imagine the possibilities.
Good luck as you check those tickets. Be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.